Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show live stream. Gonna be joined by the fellas here in just a minute. Some of y'all might have seen who I got coming on today. A couple of heavy hitters. We got Prop Bomb coming on here in a sec. Also going to be having Pips coming on. So we're going to be using Props Madness because we got Pips around, the co-creator of Props Madness. So we're going to be using that site as well here moving forward. I'm going to have everything scrolling on the bottom line, including the bets that I've already made. And I have one that I made that I did not yet give out in the Discord because it just kind of came about a minute ago. And it is going to be about Ivica Zubac. So we'll take a look at that one here in a minute. What's good, G-Bag? Good to have you as always, Bam, and 36 Chambers. Got Vital in here. What's up, bro? Yeah, let's go. We got 3 heavy hitters in the chat already, so we know we're going to have some good looks today. It's a tough day, man, to be finding these props. So I definitely called in the reserves here to get a little bit of help, as we still have a couple guys that we know are going to be questionable. I mean, I think Jared Allen's going to play. I want to see what those dudes do with that information, like whether or not we get some Jared Allen in this game. And assuming he plays, what do we do with that information to make some of these bets? So we're going to get them in here in a minute. I'm going to finish putting up what I got on the bottom line, so you already know the plays that I have. And I'll see if I'm going to add a few more. I'd love to be able to add a few more, to be honest, but we've got some pretty good games this weekend also, so I don't need to be spending money for the sake of spending money, right? Let me pull those up real quick so I can make sure that I'm accurate with everything real quick. I'll show you the bets I got on my card already. Pulling that up real quick for y'all while people jump in here. If you are new, jump into the comments with a bet. And let me know what you guys want to look at today. It's important that you are participating. Hopefully there's some looks that we can go with instead of just saying no to everything right now, as I currently have been while I'm staying true to form here. 3 bets that I got up, and then the one that I didn't give out, which I'll go over right now, is going to be the Zubac bet. And I am going to take Zubac under because we got him 10.5 rebounds at this point. And I think that's too high. It was at 9.5 for basically even money, and now you can get it for I believe minus 125 on FanDuel. Let me make sure I get you the right number that I hit it at. But I got Zubac now added to the card. While we wait on these dudes to show up, as I've been saying, go ahead and throw a bet in there if you got one, so we can take a look at it together. Here's the record from yesterday. Looked pretty good with all the bets that we had there. 7 bets, 4 and 3, 1 unit up. If Ben Shepherd had made a layup that he missed, then we'd be sitting a little bit better there. So we'll take what we can get for now. I'm going to bring up a couple other plays real quick. We got Evan Mobley that I did go under, even without knowing if Jared Allen is in. And then I took PG as well, under 28.5 points and assists. If you don't listen to anything else we talk about, you can just ask yourself if you trust Paul George, not Chris Paul, to perform in a big game like this. And then I am going to take a simple, chalky little Luka bet, but this number, hopefully it's still minus 125 on FanDuel, or DraftKings rather, because it was a much better number than all the rest of these plays. But let me go ahead and bring up PB as he's on the stream already. I'm going to bring up this. Let me make sure I got the right game up. We've got the 2 games that we've got going today, obviously Dallas and the Clippers, and then Cleveland and the Magic. We'll do the Magic game first here. I'm bringing up my right. Just my little slides here. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, can you hear me?
Good. Yep, I got you right here, dude. Happy to have you. How's stuff going for you? You're not Pips. I got to move us around here. We'll get that right in a minute. But what's good with you, my man?
Yeah, things are going well. We're slowly coming to an end here for this first round, getting ready to gear up for the second round. Some exciting matchups that I'm for sure going to be a part of. Coming on the stream to talk about for the future. But yeah, things are going well. Had a couple of bad beats, Tyrese Halliburton last night. So looking at today's slate, and yeah, let's have some strategy talk.
Yeah, for sure. We tried to find something for Isaiah Hartenstein yesterday, and we couldn't quite get there, but you hit it live as well for the under for Isaiah, which was a nice play, and my Knickerbockers move on. So excited about that. We'll get Pips on in a minute. Can I ask you real quick, because I haven't had a chance to confer with you as we do pretty much every week now, like, what do you think about Evan Mobley under? That was my favorite bet of the day for anybody who wants to ask, was under 24. No, I took the PRA. I took the rebounds and assists is what I ended up going with, under 12.5, just on the rebounds and assists. Just real quick, what I was looking at is basically him not performing. Like he gets points sometimes when he's got all 3 of those dudes, Garland, Mitchell, and Jared Allen in, but he doesn't get the rebounds and assists, especially not the assists. So any thoughts on Mobley if we assume Jared Allen's playing, right?
Yeah, that's just the play that I want to wait to see if Jared Allen is playing or not. If he does play, that's obviously a great under for for him because it's probably inflated after last night. Did he do that over last night without Jared Allen?
Yep, a couple of nights ago. Yep, he got over, and that was game 5, I believe. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. I had all these matchups up. I'm gonna go to game 5 real quick. At home, no Jared Allen, as you mentioned, and looking at his box score, yeah, he had 14 because he had the 13 boards and the 4 assists. So he went pretty comfortably over the 12.5 in the last game, which it's the playoffs. I'm happy to zag after the zig kind of thing, right?
Yeah. No, that's pretty solid. I personally don't have a single play yet. I'm just waiting on the injury news before I start firing.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I'm assuming your logic for the under on his rebounds is that you think he's going to be more busy contesting Paolo than grabbing rebounds, right?
Precisely. Yep. I think he's going to be the main defender on Paolo once again. In this game, he was not able to be the main defender on Paolo because he was guarding Wendell Carter Jr., who's also back in that starting lineup and getting back into those starter minutes for Wendell Carter. So I was looking at ways to play that. But once again, like I'm happy to take some Wendell Carter unders if Jared Allen is in. But it looks like Evan Mobley kind of sunned him a little bit last game around the boards. But yeah, the main thing for the rebounds and assists is what I was looking at here for Mobley is that if you look at his assists and rebounds especially his assists with those 3 dudes in, then you're talking about 2.8 potential assists, 1.8 assists. And since Pips isn't here yet, I am going to feel okay pulling up real quick Props on Cash because we should know that our boy is the co-creator here of Props Madness, which is a super helpful tool. But I am also a partner with Props.cash, and I do know this site a little bit better. But for the assist, potential assist, this is what I was looking at. So I put when I get to Evan over here, right there, pull up his RA, and then I put in the if I add these dudes, right, who are all going to be, we're assuming playing Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and Donnie Mitchell. On the season, not too bad. Honestly, the points are interesting because they don't go down. They actually go up a little bit. It's 16 points. He's able to just sort of like be forgotten on offense a little bit more when there's not those dudes in there, or when those dudes are in there. And when they're not, the defense can focus on him a little bit. But he's just not really a playmaker with all 3 of those dudes in there. On the season, he's at 11.5 in the rebounds and assists column there. And against the Magic, I really like the head-to-head stuff where he doesn't really come close with these dudes.
Yeah, that's a very nice hit rate. Yeah, very nice hit rate.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. And like I was just finishing with like the potential assists here. This is, if you look at this series specifically, right, like he's at about 2.8 potential assists. He's averaging 1.8 assists. So I really like the under on the dimes. But I also just added the rebounds because I also do at 9.5 really like the under on the boards and get a little bit extra there.
Yeah, this also makes a sense too. Like, so we spoke about the rebounds and like going on to the assists. They're trying to make Donovan Mitchell and Garland be more the passers. Like they're, you put Suggs on him, you put Jonathan Isaac on him, and they're more so passings. This way, Mobley doesn't really need to create the offense. Yeah. So that's kind of taken away a little bit of the playmaking role. I assume just off of watching the footage. But yeah, that line 12.5 rebounds and assists. I didn't think of it honestly coming into the streams, but it's a pretty solid tip right there.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here to do, man. We're here to discover some stuff because we're still in discovery mode with this freaking the way that this the injury reports and everything are going, plus the props we're getting. We got our boy Pips in here. I'm gonna bring him to the stage and move him to the right spot too. What's good, man?
Hey guys. I had some issues with my camera, so sorry.
Oh no, you're
data greater than feelings. That is very true.
What happened?
Yeah, I had some issues with.
Oh no, you're good. For some reason, I got you in the same box. Hold on, let me fix that for you guys real quick, and we'll get this thing going. Pips, we were just talking about how many plays that we are struggling to pull together here. I need to do.
Yeah, this like is tough.
All going.
Yeah, game 6, obviously tough.
Yeah,
lines are, I would say, sharp.
Yeah, there are
unlike the last game, Pacers and Bucks. When you could see adjustments and bookies were not ready for adjustments, tonight it's a bit different.
Yeah. Oh man, I got you in the wrong one. Ever after doing all that work. No, I'm on the same page as you.
You are Pips now.
I mean, it could be worse. You guys could be switching places with definitely worse people.
Oh, there we go.
I'm going to bring up what some people are looking at because real quick, Pips, did you have any plays that you can already maybe talk about before we get into what I wanted to look at with the people on the stream bringing these comments and bets to the table?
Not much. We can go through their bets.
Oh, actually, I do have something. Go. But after, sorry about that. I just thought of something.
money.
Yeah, no problems. You can say it like I was actually betting heavy on tomorrow's game. Today I already have 3 bets there, but nothing for today. Honestly, I don't think I will even have like official bet. There are some interesting spots, but nothing that I love.
Yeah. I know. I kind of wanted to just be like, I was thinking, I was like, yo, if we have some bets for like Nuggets and Timberwolves, I have zero problem talking about that as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
We can definitely kick it off with Cavs and Magic real quick if there is anything else. But
Yeah, I have 2 looks.
Yeah, jump in. Yeah, go ahead.
So these are just leans for now. This is solely dependent on if Jared Allen plays. So it's kind of like a flip-flop from what I did last game. So Jared Allen didn't play last game, and what that meant was that Evan Mobley, positioning-wise on offense, was more so acting as like the true 5. So he would be more inside of the rim, maybe the elbow jumpers. But if Jared Allen is playing, they're going to need his floor spacing. So I could see him now being more on the, kind of camping on the 3-point line and over 0.5 threes. It's not normally a thing I take. I like, Pips and I, we talk about, we don't really like to take 3-pointer props too often, but this is like, I think plus 120 to hit more than 1 3. This is only if Jared Allen plays. Like, I think the books are heavily overreacting to last game where he didn't attempt a single 3-pointer, but that's understandandably so as to why that was.
Right. So you're saying over potentially for a 3 for Mobley?
0.5 threes for Mobley. Yeah. And I like another look too on the Magic side here. I think Gary Harris under, I think 8.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Yep.
Last game, even without Jared Allen, the Magic are still electing to go more bigger.
Yep. 100%. I mean, I hit that last game. I hit under 8.5 for Gary's. I'm not hitting 9.5 under on the PRA for Gary.
His minutes aren't safe now. Essentially, like I think the Magic are more so comfortable in putting Jonathan Isaac alongside Wendell Carter Jr., something that they wouldn't do in the first 3 or 4 games. So if you're stacking them together, Isaac is more than capable enough to defend. So I could see him kind of stealing some of Gary Harris's minutes, and then the rebounds, games 1, 2, and 3. Like he had some lucky offensive rebounds, and assist wise, like it's mostly going to be like what Paolo Franz and Suggs that are kind of doing the playmaking.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, there's no chance that I would feel comfortable taking anything but an under for Gary Harris, even at 8.5. I mean, his line last game. Now he played 19 minutes and came out. Game before that, I also took the under for him, and he shot the ball twice, both threes, no assists and no rebounds. So he just keeps putting up the Tony Snell goose egg each line where it's like 29 minutes and 0 stats. Like I can't help but crack up every time I see something like that. So I do like that look. So the Evan Mobley 3 real quick, that's at plus money now, right?
Yeah, it's because it's overreacting to last game where he didn't attempt a single one.
Right. And he's attempted a few in this series.
It's minus odds now. Interesting.
Oh, really? It flipped.
Because earlier today it was plus 120.
Oh, wow.
No, you're on his points. That's why.
I was like, wait a second, this can't be right. There we go. My bad. Yeah. There we go. Best line, plus 124. We're getting a plus 120 on bet online. Yeah. So I'm going to look at we can see his attempts too real quick. I'll go the last 5.
I would assume that he takes 2 to 4 shots, 2 to 4 threes. So I mean, maybe you could look at the hit rate on that.
Right.
You're definitely going to want to test. Yeah, they're going to want to test the players to defend him on the line. They're going to try to at least.
So let's give him 3 to 4. Yeah. And he's good enough. He's good enough at shooting that 3 to hit 1 out of 4 for sure. Right. And definitely even 1 of 3 at times. He got better towards the end of the season. I'll definitely give him that credit. And I think it's just about the attempts, right? That's what it comes down to in this series. Yeah, it looks like it's right at about 3.5 or so per game. He had the first 3, he took 4. Then the first 4 games, right? He took 4, and then you go 0-3, and then he just doesn't take one last game because Jared Allen's not in. That's a really good look.
It looks even great when you put 2 to 4.
Yeah, 2 to 4.
2 to 4.
And up the games a bit.
And you can look at the entire season. Like
wow, yeah, that's a great hit rate.
Yeah, it's a great hit rate, especially when you're getting plus money. Like that's That makes
Wow,
sense.
that's a good look. Yeah, I didn't realize it was at that.
If I'm not mistaken, like 2 games ago, this was like minus 105. So
wow. I'm gonna believe that. I'm gonna check real quick while we're looking at it on Betting Pros because they
we have to wait though essentially for Jared Allen because look, if
Right.
Jared Allen is not playing, I'm gonna take his under threes again. He didn't take a single 3 last game.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, this is saying it's been about half, I guess.
Yeah, there's no way yet. So
According to them, and all these odds were just probably, it was juiced to the under before when Jared Allen was in the game, I would imagine, because that was always a smarter play. Or when Jared Allen was not in the game, it was always a smarter play without Jared Allen in there. It makes complete sense, and it's part of why I am good with him as the under on the rebounds. It's where he's standing on defense, especially, and then even on offense. Like he's still not quite down low as much on offense. You see that with Jared Allen having like 30 rebound chances in a game in the first couple games of this series. And I don't know that you can really like rely on Orlando to it's not going to be as good of a shooting, home stand for them as it was the first 2 games. They're going to be somewhere in the middle, which is where they were last game, which was like 45% as opposed to the I'm talking about in field goal percentage, like 45% as opposed to up around 52% in those other couple games at home. So that there's a few more rebounds, but still like they're going to make more than they made in Cleveland too. So they're going to be somewhere in the middle. Can I bring up real quick, because people were talking about, I don't really look at steals too often. I'll be honest. I feel bad when people bring that up because I don't really rely on steals as a prop that I go back to. But any thoughts on Suggs steals at all from either of you guys? If you've looked at anything to do with that?
Jalen Suggs steals. What's the hit rate on that one? Yeah, it's not a market I really focus on.
Exactly. Yeah. So in the last 22 games, over pretty much for consistently there, a little bit more than 50%. On the season, a little bit below that. I suppose you'd wonder if do the Cavs turn the ball over a decent amount? I'm actually not even really familiar with what their turnover rate was on the season. As far as just raw turnovers on the season for the Cavs, I guess they turn the ball over a decent amount. That might be what you're looking at. I probably passed them though. Yeah,
I don't know about this on -1.5 and minus money.
It's minus money
if
for the over,
right? Season, the hit rate is not there.
Right.
There.
Yeah, there's no way you're getting an edge at -120 for over 1.5 steals. Like 2 of them is a lot. He is guarding Donnie Mitchell, right? That's like his primary responsibility here.
I would say like huge variance. It's also like, I have issue with how they grade the steals. Like sometimes you see guys get 4 steals and you check the box scores and it's 1. Sometimes guys just get the ball like it's not a steal and it's a steal. So I always hated how they grade. Steals. Not my bet for sure.
So annoying. They're getting annoying with the assists too, where like a guy will get the ball, take like 4 dribbles, and somehow that's an assist afterwards.
And when you need it, then it's not.
Yeah, it's nice when you need it. It's not nice when you don't. I kind of want to talk about assists though for a second. Paolo assists was something I was considering. There's 2 ways of thinking with it, and I saw someone bring up Donnie Mitchell as well. We can talk about his dimes. I think that's another interesting angle real quick. My thoughts on Paolo assists are, if you think this is a game that he's going to just be going off and shooting a ton, and you like him for over 24.5 points, maybe you like under on the assists. But Pips, did you have anything on a Paolo assist play?
Yeah, somehow, I didn't have anything on it, but when I looked at his potential assist, it really dropped over the last couple of games.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, but they are taking turns. One game, it's Paolo games. Another game is Friends game. They're just taking turns. But last 2 games, Paolo assists were just not there. 5 potential assists average over the last 2.
Yeah.
Getting 5, and I think, interesting. It's very juiced 4.5. People smash 5.5. So maybe if you think he's scoring, I always like to take last game for Haliburton. I win Haliburton because I took under 11.5 assists and over 15 points.
Yeah, that was
always do correlated stuff like this.
Right.
So Paolo maybe under 6.5 assists with 21 or 22 or more points. Could be the way.
Trim it down. What are you thinking, PB?
Yeah, so I think actually this could be a good assist if Jared Allen plays, because this way I do think that Franz Wagner gets the more easier matchup. I would assume that if Allen could play, then you could kind of put Mobley more onto Paolo Banchero. And I think Franz could also probably now have to see Max Strus, which is probably an easier matchup for him.
Right.
That could open up some passes to him. And if he's not aggressive and has to pass out of his shots, this makes some sense.
So,
but minus 155, it's not something I would take, to be honest.
Right. On the over.
So I checked the lines at BetMGM.
Okay.
So Paolo under 6.5 assists and over 22.5 points is plus 100 and 120.
Oh.
I'll say that's a good line because he didn't have. So most he had is 5 assists in the entire series. So 6.5 under with combined over lower line on the points. I think it's a good value for if anyone thinks Paolo is going off. I honestly don't want to gamble of who goes off. Is it Paolo or is it Franz?
Yeah.
But if someone is like Paolo over on points and doesn't think he will pass around a lot, create a lot, I think that's the good way to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, my thing that I was trying to find was like, so for Franz and for Paolo, looking at that real quick, like my thought process all series has been fade Franz points every game and back Paolo, but not necessarily. The thing is, I can't necessarily just back Paolo every game once his props get up to 24.5 points. Yeah. Now it's like there's no edge there. But my thing with Franz is I've taken him under points in 2 of the 4 that he's gone under. And he only went over in 1, right, in the last 5 here. And the reason being, like, using Props Madness's beautiful little season shot chart tool, like, this is what the dude is doing. The biggest difference for me between Franz and Paolo is Franz can't shoot and Paolo can shoot. And that's really what it comes down to, because they both are the pick and roll ball handler. They both are driving on equal amount as well. Franz a little bit more of a driver specifically, because Paolo does assist and facilitate a little bit more. But like if a team is as good as the Cavs down low, where they're 5th in paint points, extended paint, and then 10th right next to the rim in terms of limiting points, obviously because of those 2 behemoths down low, then like take the dude who can actually shoot to go over more than you take the dude who can't shoot. And that's been the thing with Franz too. 0 for 5 from 3, like 1 for 5 for 3, 1 for 6 for 3. Like he's trying, but he's not a good shooter. So
I have an interesting one here. Can you just put Franz and Max games put like 77? I think it's like,
can I get up
77.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then go to the filters and use a filter opponent defensive rank against shooting zone.
Yeah.
And put like a top 5 rim defense, like just filter out from 1 to 10.
So 1 to 10, you're saying? Oh, filter out, like keep it in, right? Filter 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then move the minutes though, because he's now playing 37 plus minutes.
I don't think it matters. Like this is his hit. If you left minutes out and put it other way around, put it now 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
It's like 5 points different. So he's killing teams with poor rim defense and struggling really hard against teams with good rim defense.
Right.
So yeah, I bet he's under first 2 games of the series. Then I expected some adjustments from.
And he still went under his points in game 3, in part because I think like he didn't get as many minutes once they blew them out.
Game four. They were just letting him score. Like I don't know what was that stuff, but game 4 he scored 34, and they were letting him wide open lanes to do the rim.
Yep, and that's it.
But
that's really
if you are under better, you won 4 out of the 5. So I mean, you win much.
Yeah. I mean, this is why I've been hitting him. I just said it in a different way, 100%. Like this is exactly like what you have this tool for. It's like just verifying the stuff that we're thinking about with game theory here. So I think that's a good look. I mean, I continue to like under for him. I actually did exactly what you were talking about last game, Pips, which was under Franz points, over on the rebounds and assists, which hit nicely in the last game as well. I don't know if like we've been saying, I don't know if I feel like going back to it. And the thing that scares me about Franz is when he comes back to his home turf, are they gonna all be a little bit more amped up to go? So I didn't play it today, but you're really making me want to play it again, to be honest with you. For Friday.
I would say game 3 at home, he only stayed under because it was a blowout. If it was a close game, he's going over. So
so it's a good stay away. That does bring me to one more thing, and I'll talk about Mitchell's assists for a minute. We can just break it down for people, but like the Magic team total is at 10. What was it? It was 101.5, right? I believe was their team total. I'm just looking on DraftKings for a minute as a start, which would make sense based on what the total of the game is.
You have a total. You can put on Props Madness and look at the total. I don't know
really?
if you see it. Yeah, it's the next game. Empty bar on the empty bar, like
Where?
on the graphs. Last one, empty bar. On the graphs.
On the graphs.
Like the next game stuff like.
The next game, like the one that has like all the way on the right, all the way on the right.
All the way on the right.
Yeah, like that empty one right there.
Yeah, that empty bar up there.
Help me, I'm sorry.
Okay, you can just
the one that's not red. Yeah, like the one that has like the.
Oh, this empty bar. Got it.
You have a spread and game total points.
Got it. Thank you. So so it's 101.5 for their team total because they are 4-point spreads. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm understanding. All right.
I thought you are looking at the game total. I didn't know.
But either way, it's 101.5 for them because you can do that math real easy. It's 98.5 for the total for Cleveland, which is more of an under for me for Cleveland on the road, especially if you look at their stuff for the whole season. Which is why I'm like loath to take like a ton of overs in this game in general, right? Like the game theory kind of seems similar to what it was when they came back home last time. So I kind of like the 101.5 for the Magic. I'm not quite as scared, and mostly just because of the others, right? Like if you look at the dudes who have really glaring splits for this team when they're at home and on the road, it's all the dudes not named Paolo, basically, including Franz, with some better home splits. So I'm staying away like I did the whole time with Franz. Let me ask, and I do think the over on the total for Orlando is okay, but because I'm scared of an under for the whole game as like the way that I've done the math so far, then I'm kind of just like, all right, it's not necessarily worth the bet on the total for the team points. The Mitchell assists were interesting because they're also right on the cusp. And I had a couple people bring that up in the comments. So I'm pulling up the Mitchell assists real quick. His potentials have been down as well, right? Like they're basically average at best for Donnie Mitchell and the amount he has the ball in his hands. Did you guys look at this at all in your research?
No, not really. I can't really see. What's the line there?
Oh, whoops! I can't go that big. The line for Mitchell. Let me refresh. I fucked it up. For the assist for Donnie, I believe it's 4.5 for really bad money for the over.
Yeah, that's why I didn't look. It's very juiced for over, and they're juiced for the under on 5.
It's a cusp bet. Yeah, it's like what we call one of these cusper bets, where it's just like it's you either have to just eat juice. It's a gamble though. There's no edge either way when they make the odds this juice to one side. So I think that's just betting 101 more than even looking into Donnie Mitchell's stuff. I don't have a lean on Donnie. I was thinking under on the 30.5 and was kind of talked off of it if you took the points and assists. I have no reason to think that like he's going to start going over this number in this series. So I would lean under on everything except for the assists is just too low for me to like really get into it at this point, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead.
Interesting part. Sorry, he averaged one whole assist more at home compared to the roads this season.
That is.
Don't know if that's coincidence, but could be a thing.
Yeah. So at home for this is on the season too. I mean, it's obviously he's just been crushing this. But yeah, I mean, on the season as a whole, like if I do like however many 61 games for him, we're at home here. He has a 65.5% hit rate. On the road, 48.4%. This is the Cavs in a nutshell to a degree, right? Like if I pull them up real quick, but that's a really good point. I mean, as far as the assists go, the points and assists go, that's completely in my favor, right? For me taking it under 30.5 for the points and assists for him. I really want to take it. The only thing that was like getting me talked off of it was if you look at these last 5 games for Donnie, the minutes are just all over the place.
Yeah.
Right? 36, 27.
Call out.
Yeah.
So
2 blowouts. He even played 36 in this one over here. And had just 18 points in that one, right? 1 for 4, only 4 threes. Like that's been his field goal percentage all series, though. 39%.
I would say on Mitchell. First off, 2 things questionable. Do we know how healthy he is, and do we know what cover he gets? If they decide he's not healthy, they will defend him in single coverage. If they decide, like last game, he played well. It looked a bit better than in game 3 and 4. Yeah. So if they decide to blitz him, his assist will go up. So that's a huge gamble. Like I really don't know. Yeah. We really don't know. for this one.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like it though, because if we kind of just go back to what I was saying earlier, with if they're going to limit Gary Harris's minutes and make some adjustments, that could also come with the fact that he's going to see a lot more Jonathan Isaac too. So not just Suggs, but on switches he could see Isaac, who's a very great defender. He's really like laterally quick, can defend the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to give him more tighter coverage, a lot more contested shots than he's normally seeing in the regular season.
Yeah.
And I could see like Markelle Fultz like maybe being more on Darius Garland and Mitchell kind of getting like the tougher type matchup.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do we have any news on Gary Harris? Is he officially in or out? Oh my God, Jared Allen is a game time decision. Talk about
it doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, so is Gary.
I like it though. Like I think though, like if we're looking at Game 6 and like trending players that are trending in the right direction and those that are kind of like losing minutes.
Yeah.
As the rotation gets tougher, like I would say Gary Harris is going down. Like he's trending downwards. Isaac is trending upwards. They may start Fultz. He could trend upwards, but guys like Ingles trending down. Like maybe even consider Isaac's over 6.5 points if maybe he can if he's now being able to play with Wendell Carter Jr. Yeah.
Isaac, I didn't see any bets up for Isaac. But everything you're saying is what I'm leaning towards. I just put Gary Harris under. I'm taking it. The more I just like a hamstring is a hamstring. It's like it's a binary situation. Either he's going to be good to go and just can play and he's fine, or you just can't. There's no like, oh, my hamstring kind of hurts, but I can still kind of go. It's like, no, that's your whole leg. Like, so that's why I've just got to like, I'm out on Gary Harris being able to do anything. Like his stats weren't even anything to be a fan of anyway, but his absence does just shift everything for the defense in terms of being able to stick. Because like, I think Donnie Mitchell cooks Fultz if that's the case. If he's healthy,
if they switch on to him,
if they get the switch on him. So that's what would scare me about that is like Gary Harris, even though he's not the primary defender on Donnie Mitchell, it does just shift everything a bit. And now there's another like minus defender on the floor that's not Gary Harris, right? That's a big deal, right? If they're able to like spotlight the bad defender. So I do think that the Donnie under is still a pretty good play. I'm not going to lie, and I'm thinking about taking it right now. And
me too. I kind of like the PA option is what I would do. I think.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm on the points and assists.
I'll say with probably Gary Harris out. The one that gets interesting is Jalen Suggs. He will play 40 minutes if Gary Harris is out.
100%. I'll look at Suggs like points real quick because one of the dudes in the Discord got it under 15.5 for Jalen Suggs. If you have a 15.5 point prop for Jalen Suggs, I think the over is definitely the play.
You'll play 40 minutes for sure. Yeah, it's an elimination game. These bench guys are barely going to see any run. Ingles is out of the rotation. I mean,
when you look at his graph for the 5 games and numbers,
yeah,
it's telling some other story than the actual it was. So if you can open the Suggs and we'll just go through like some numbers.
Let me pull I'm just gonna let everybody know too. I put Donovan Mitchell on the bottom line for myself. I'm hitting that under.
Are you making that official? I'll probably make that official
I'm
thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm good with the Donnie Mitchell under. I've been thinking about it all day, and the more that we talk about the road stuff for Donnie, I'm starting to believe it a little bit more with that amount of sample size. So I hit that, and I added the Gary Harris under, which could just be a nothing bet if he doesn't play, obviously. But let me pull up Jalen for you, Pips.
Just look at the last 5 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I'll just say, like, first game, check the numbers, check the field goal attempts in the first game. Like that's ridiculous.
16.
Like, and it was a road game, first game, playoff game of the career. Like his usage was insane.
Yeah,
I count that as a winner on the 13.5. He is getting there like 90% of the time.
Right.
That kind of usage. Second game, he had 9 points. He was playing hurt. Like he went to the locker room, missed the entire second quarter,
right,
and came back, played obviously hurt. Third game, first home game, 24 points, killed it, crushed it. But blowout game, played only 28 minutes.
Both blowout games, yeah.
Second game, fourth game, 29 minutes. Blowout game was close to hitting. And the last game, he got up to 13 points without making a 3, and he's a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
So numbers say like 4 unders in 1 over, but honestly, it's like 3 overs and 1 under.
Wow.
Like honestly.
Yeah. That's a pretty good. I mean, I cannot believe in 2 separate games he's averaged 15 shots on the road in the playoffs for Jalen Suggs. Is he a type of player that does well against the Cavs? Because obviously he's shooting all above the break with occasionally getting all the way to the rim. And that's where they're good. So that's wild to me.
But this is a playoff environment. Like they are this time they are allowing spot up shoots. Cavaliers are allowing spot up shoots because if Suggs is going to beat them with threes, they are okay with it. They need to protect drives from friends and Paolo, and if you help on Paolo in front, someone is wide open.
Yeah.
So,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, but nothing there for you for Suggs, even though
it's kind of not great matchup, but not terrible either. It's in between matchup and usage is low. Yeah.
But you brought up a point last time on the show.
If it was 12 and a half, that would be my official bet. 13 and a half looks a lot for Suggs, but if he's playing 40 minutes, it's actually not that high because he's the third guy on the team. Like if you look at the field goal attempts, he's next right there behind Paolo and Franz.
Yeah, he's third. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna put him at a minimum of like 35. I don't know if he did that very much during the season. Yeah, he didn't. He rarely got that number. Obviously, he went over against a couple teams here. I would argue very bad defenses as well in November, especially for the Bucks and the Kings on January 3rd before they started playing defense. So there's nothing there for the minutes. That was never going to be a play necessarily. But I think the 12. What I was going to look at real quick was just the 12 and a half because I do think there's something to that. But at the same time, like. There's not going to be an edge at minus 104 even for over 13 and a half. Like I would have to get like plus 125 to feel that edge that was good enough for a bet on him on the over 13 and a half. Once you bump it up that 1 point, that's just, I mean, he's right at 13 points per game on the season anyway, so and this is a team that's the last point I wanted to make is what you brought up a really good point last show, Pips, where we were talking about if you see a team, and we were talking about the Mavericks, but I think the Cavs, actually not the Mavs, the Cavs kind of resemble the Mavs in that they're middle of the pack, slightly above average in like every type of play, defending it, because they're malleable. They don't play the same defense no matter what. They have a bunch of different players that they can at least switch on and off. Predominantly those big dudes, they can use them however they want, especially Mobley gives them a lot of freeway, right? Bigger staff. So
they are good always in one thing, and that's rim protection, paint protection. Right. Everything else shifts from game to game.
Yeah, and that was what was most glaring. The reason I would have taken, we can get off Suggs because I know no one has a bet for him, but the thing that was most glaring about all this stuff was like, if you look at this game right here, game 1, where he took 16 shots, 7 of them were from 3, but 9 of them were from 2. How many games has Jalen Suggs taken 9 2-point field goals? I truly wonder. Like, he is at least getting a little bit inside, but it looks like he's not able to really pull off any kind of good shots once he gets in the lane, because we're talking about the team that's 5th best inside the paint overall and 10th best right next to the rim. So yeah, I think we move on from Suggs. I wish there was something there, but 13 and a half really loses the edge entirely for a guy like Jalen Suggs, who averages right around that number. And I know a couple people were bringing up Fultz. I think like we have to wait for the news, and we're just not going to get it probably in time. Maybe if you see Gary Harris out, you can look for like a Markelle Fultz live, because I was considering him and his points as well. That was the only thing I'll bring up, is that in the last couple games, like he didn't really play at all in the first 2. And then he got some minutes in these last 3 for this team, 19, 17, and 15. So if you even put him at about 15 minutes, and he averages the like 3 or 4 field goal attempts that he's been putting up in that time, like 9 in this one, then 5.5 points should be pretty easy for Markelle. But that was the only other thing I thought about. And I'm kind of beyond that at this point. So should we move on to that slightly better game, I guess, for the Clippers? I still like unders in that game, to be honest.
I will say like this is a game 6 elimination game for Magic. Starters should play 40 minutes. Like there is no much room for bench guys there. It's a gamble on the minutes. I don't think we can look at like game 4 and see his minutes and then expect to have it tonight. Right. I don't see it. Like they are like, if they lose, they are out. The entire season ends. So they will play like massive minutes to start.
I like that. I like that cautionary tale, and I wish I had listened to it last night with Ben Shepherd, who did miss a layup and still would have gotten us over. But it was a game that the Pacers were like, we can't afford to go back to Milwaukee. We're going balls to the wall. And Carlisle did play. Even Carlisle played his starters a few more minutes yesterday, whereas the dude who plays like a 12-man rotation in the playoffs. So that's a really good point. And that's the last thing I'll say about Mo Wagner too. I was definitely hitting Mo Wagner earlier in the series. I thought he was a great matchup as coming in as a backup without really much of a backup center for the Cavs. But like, you know, at this point, like like you said, I still don't really trust Mo anymore with the minutes. He's still at about like 15, 14 minutes. 15 is basically his ceiling. And I don't think you can like bank on a non-starter getting anything there. So anything else from you for this game, PB, or are you good to move on to the other one?
Yeah, I'm just looking. I was looking at the second half for the last game. Mitchell took all of his free throws in the second half. I assume that was because like they were fouling him in the end or something, but he took 10 free throws at the end. Assuming, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of an outlier. I'm just trying to see, trying to remember what happened. Was it like they were just fouling him?
He started really hot. He made like 3 layups in the first 4 minutes, and then they made some adjustments there.
In the fourth?
Well.
Yeah. Like I'm seeing how he scores shots. The way that he tries to score shots is he tries to like set a screen and then switch on to Paolo Banchero, like when he's trying to. Yeah.
Pro Bomb, all 10 free throws came in the fourth.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And he still went under his PA line.
Right. He had 30 for the game.
It's not like 1 for 10, right? Like
Oh, he was terrible. He was 2 for 6 in the fourth. From 3, I believe.
But only 1 foul was take foul on free throws.
Yeah. I think essentially most of his points are probably going to come via pull up, or he's going to try to like drive and maybe get like I guess stugs on him. But I mean, the Magic are really good in their ability to switch defenders, and if Isaac is getting a lot more run, maybe Fultz, you kind of have to cut off Fultz. But I'm just trying to I'm finding more and more reasons why to like the under PA for Mitchell.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a good reason. I put that out there for me. That's an official for sure. I'm a sucker for what Free Sauce is talking about too, because I hit
rebounds.
I hit Max Strus rebounds a couple of times, and his point is really good. The point before, which is Niang isn't really getting any more burn. I mean, Niang was never meant for this series, if we're being honest. And maybe with Jonathan Isaac in a little bit more, but Isaac's gone. So he doesn't really have anybody to guard when he's out on the floor at this point. Doesn't seem like, because he's not really guarding Isaac threes too much, but. I think that's still a good look for Max if you're talking about it. But let's at least put some time in on this other game too, because I don't want to keep us here too long after when these other games start. So I'm gonna pull up Dallas and the Clips real quick, and I'm just gonna quickly toss out my top storylines from this game, which I've been like looking at to try to bet. One, Paul George at 24.5 points. I'm sorry, I did like I was saying at the beginning of the show, like if you trust Paul George in a big game, like God bless. I don't know where you're getting that belief from. That's number one. Number two is the points and assists. I mean, he doesn't come close to that line this series. And when he did go over, he went 7 of 10 from 3. And I don't think that. And he was turning around and talking to Reggie Miller like it was impressive, and it wasn't. But I like Paul George under points and assists. I like him over rebounds. I'm not touching Harden. And the last storyline that I actually like here is Zubac, which I was talking about at the beginning as well. Now, I know this sounds crazy because it's like a week ago that we were watching Zubac be like Hakeem Olajuwon against this team. But the change that came, and I don't know if you saw this, Pips, was like basically Maxi Kleba being like, whoever I'm guarding is allowed to shoot. I don't give a crap. I'm just going to go down and beat the crap out of Zubac alongside whichever one of my centers is in there trying to bang with him between Gafford and Lively. And furthermore, Gafford was hurt in the first 2 games of this series. Big deal for their defense down low for Dallas. Any thoughts on the center rotation there from you, Pips, real quick?
Yeah, I think Zubac will still get minutes, but I don't see Plumlee getting minutes in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Pro Bomb bet that one.
Right.
Moves, so I'm not liking it there. But overall, if Tyler puts Plumlee for more than 10 minutes, he should get fucking fired. Like that's insanity. Like he's playing 15, 14 minutes in deciding game of the playoff series. Mason Plumlee. Like, what the fuck? And also, he's running in together next to the Russell Westbrook. So 2 non-shooters together in a playoff of 2024. That's insane.
What about when those 2 were on the floor at the same time as PJ Tucker?
Oh, my God.
What are we doing here? I feel like Ty Lue was like, this is what you guys do.
And it makes it a lot more easier to cover Paul George if you have 3, like, three guys who are complete liabilities on offense that have no threat at all to shoot. Then you put all that attention on Paul George.
Yep.
That's completely idiotic stuff. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
And his rebound chances have just died for Zubac. So I kind of still like the Zubac under because of the high number, and I think it's now at 10.5 for his boards. You played under Mason Plumlee, is that right?
That's my official play. So out of all the games so far today, I only have one official play. It's his under 8.5 points, rebounds. You'll look at the graph right now, right, and you'll see, oh, his minutes are going up. Maybe he has more of a higher role this series, going into the series. But essentially, what's been happening is that Zubac unfortunately has just been picking up fouls that has been limiting his first quarter run or his third quarter run. So yeah, like I just saw Carlos say in the comment section. Oh well, and he said can't trust. I misread it, but anyways. Yeah, like I see him playing between we'll say 8 to 13 minutes. 13 would be like I don't even think he plays 13, but
right, he shouldn't be. That's for damn sure.
What I would be a little bit worried about is if Kleber is in there in the fourth quarter, and then maybe Plumlee can kind of like expose that or something, or like throw some alley-oops. But aside from that, yeah, like it's just not high enough. Minutes wise, his floor for me to like his over. So I like his under.
So real quick, I got to call out the PB push, by the way. There is a prop bomb push that has definitely materialized because this is at 7.5 now, and it's gone down from the 8.5. Yeah. Are you gonna do Pips?
Yeah, I think I saw the good number when you were looking at Paul George.
Yeah.
Paul George rebounds and assists. I think it was
He's been hitting that
entire day, and I think you showed us 9.5.
Yep.
It's just, but I like it. I like this over 9.5 rebound chance. I think
I like the rebounds alone. Talk to me about the assist. Talk about both of them for me real quick. Yeah.
Last two games, Zubac is higher on the level on the screen. That's why he's losing rebounds. He's also pulled out on switches. So he's out. Last two games, Paul George 16 rebounding chances.
Damn.
Yeah. So if he has 16 rebounding chances, he's expected to have 9 to 10 rebounds alone.
Right.
Also, last game they showed double teams, a lot of double teams on Paul George. He had easy opportunities to kick out. He spoke on the later on the interviews, post-game conference, that he needs to be better at reading stuff and passing out.
Yeah.
So we can expect more creation from Paul George. So it's connected very well. So I can see him like 7 rebounds and 4 or 5 assists, and he's well over the line.
Yeah.
How many rebound chances did he have last game?
Last game there was he had 11 last game and pulled down 11. I happen to know that without having to look at it.
He had 11 on 11 chances.
He had 11 on 11 chances. I'll go right into the box score real quick, but that was wild to me.
That's with a blowout too, right? Like didn't that was a blowout? Granted,
I don't think he had.
Yep.
I need to check this one. I think he had more rebounding chances.
He had 16. My bad. You're right. He had 16.
Yeah, so I kind of like the I would just go rebounds, like just trust that.
That's my play is under points assists over on the rebounds.
Yeah.
I was on the rebounds, but then I listened to the press conference and he had I think 8 assists in game period. In the last game he had 4 and he's inclined to assist more. So kind of should be value there in assist as well. So they completely went off Westbrook on ball reps. So Westbrook has no on ball reps.
Oh yeah.
They are sending doubles to Paul George.
Yeah, real quick. Like Gary Harris is not going to. I don't think Gary Harris is playing. He's not seen at practice or not seen at shoot around.
Not seen at the shoot around before the game. Yep. Oh my god. Yeah. There it is. Oh my god, man! Now we're just in fucking scramble mode. If you want to do anything, there's probably no props up even for that team now.
Nah, I didn't mean to cut you off. Pitch.
No, not at all. That's important information. It's called breaking news, bro. I appreciate it. Damn. Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't think much is going to materialize for us to like get a bet down on any Magic players as a result. I'm still okay with my Donnie Mitchell under. That might actually go up a point. It's 24.5 here. Thought it'd be 25.5 by now, but for his points. All right, we're good there though. I'm not too worried about that. So I still like the Donnie Mitchell under, to be honest with you. I was ready for Gary to not even be a factor either way, you know. But Suggs under is terrifying at this point because he's like they're interchangeable on offense.
He's the only shooter now, right?
Only shooter. Cole Anthony cannot step foot on this floor. There's no way that he's allowed to play too much in this game. Like he's just going to get barbecued once again. And hasn't even been good enough on offense to make up for it. He's just a net negative at this point, right?
I hate him as a player. I never liked him. I don't know why they were so high on him. Like
he went to USC. I guess. I got nothing on that. I know I interrupted us to get into it. So, but we're all honestly, it sounds like we're all in agreement in one factor, which is Paul George's rebounds are my favorite play to go over. If you add the assists, I don't have a problem with that. I actually added the assist to go under on the points. But at 4.5, right? Like it was basically like if he gets 4 or 5, I'm still good with him going under on the points. So I still like the under PG.
If you can get good price on the rebounds at 5.5, for sure, go with it.
It's not a great price. Yeah.
But don't you also think that Terrence Mann could be a threat to grab some rebounds too? Like he's also one of those guys that looks to grab rebounds.
Yes.
But it's not a threat for me. Like last game, Mavericks shoot great, and there were plenty of rebounding chances, and he still got up so many rebounds, like 11 rebounds. I expect
like he's probably going to shoot
worse.
Or Kyrie.
There should be more rebounding chances in this game than in the last game. I usually look at that stuff as well. And it was also a blowout. He got 11 rebounds in a blowout game where Dallas shoot great.
Yeah.
That's a selling point for me.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah, Terrence Mann was the player I was looking at points and rebounds combined, but it moved, so I'm not a fan anymore.
It was
but
low.
When it was 14.5, I kind of like it at 14.5, but it moved to 15.5. So I expect Mann to get some rebounds as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was low. And so we're under the assumption there's going to be a regression on the shooting for Dallas after this last game where it was 54 from the field is really good, obviously. And then 36 from deep, fine, especially when you're shooting 39 threes. That's going to be a pretty good number.
For a playoff game, that's insane.
It's a lot.
That's very efficient.
2024, baby.
I actually have a different perspective on, we were talking about how Jalen Suggs now becomes the only shooter. If he becomes the only shooter, won't that mean that defenses know that? Like defenses will more so be focused on just not getting him looks. Sorry for that.
No, you're good. I think who's gonna stop him from getting those looks though is the question with that.
I mean, there's really no other threats. I guess maybe Jonathan Isaac has to shoot more.
Yeah.
But aside from that, they're gonna know that he's the only guy. They don't have to worry about Gary Harris. Now it's I'm just worrying about Suggs from spot up shooting.
It makes sense. I mean, he's guarded by one of these two dudes.
But last game he had 5. I mean, Gary Harris was not playing, so
yeah,
fine.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, PB. I think I side a little bit more with Pips' earlier point, which is that he is the outlet that they're okay with shooting the ball essentially for Jalen Suggs.
Especially he's not shooting well in the playoffs so far. He didn't punish them at all.
Yeah.
So far in the playoffs, he's shooting 24% from the three.
Right. For Suggs.
I don't know. It's I think they're not afraid of Suggs. That's how I see it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to try to force anything if there's a good angle there, I'm down to find something for that Cavs game. But I kind of want to finish the Terrence Mann point just because I think it went up, right? The points and rebounds combined. Is that what you were saying earlier, Pips, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 14.5. I was kind of looking into it. Then it moved to 15, so I gave up. At 14.5, I was a fan of it.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't necessarily need to go too deeply into that. I don't know if anybody had anything for one of the centers for the Mavs. I know this is oftentimes a frustrating one. You weren't looking at that at all, right, PB?
No, I don't really have anything in Dallas. I have a prop too, but I'll wait till it's till you wanna. Or if you have anything you want to talk about for this.
No. If you got anything even for Cavs and Magic, it's okay.
I have something for this game. I kind of like. I also like. It's a little similar with what we were talking about with Donovan Mitchell. I kind of like the under on James Harden points or assists, or even points and assists. You think it's a low line, it's 19.5, like, oh, he had all the shot opportunities. But if I'm not mistaken, 50% of his shots last game were tightly contested. He's essentially getting the Amir Coffey matchups on switches, and also Kyrie Irving. Oh, wait, no, I'm getting that. Hold on a second. He's getting Kyrie Irving. And like Kyrie Irving, I mean, he's taken pride in being more of a defender. He said like these greats are two-way players, and I'm taking it seriously this playoffs to become one of them. Yep. So although like you see like the volume is like a little concerning, those are all terrible shots he's taking.
That's what I wanted to point out to your point real quick, dude, to help some people who might not know what this stat is right here. If you go into the tracking data inside of the box score and on NBA Advanced Stats, you can see contested and uncontested field goals. And the point that you just made was he didn't get anything open. And the point that the box score shows is he had 2 uncontested shots all game. And uncontested is like, a dude's coming at you. I think it's within, if there's no one within 4 feet of you, right? Then like that's uncontested, which also should probably be revisited because every single NBA player's arm is twice as long as 4 feet. So like it should maybe be a little bit more, but even the uncontested ones might have been a little bit more contested. 12 shots, 10 of them contested. I mean,
so
they're just wearing it like a blanket.
I was hoping that maybe we can get to that 20.5. Maybe it keeps getting bet up till it gets 20.5.
Yeah.
19.5 is a little bit 50-50, I think. And I wanted to add the assist, right? So he had 11 potential last game. And if the Mavericks are making it an effort to be more of a switchable defense, they have guys that they could, switch with. They have Derek Jones Jr. They have PJ Washington, Kyrie Irving. That's gonna hurt with catch and shoot. They limited a lot of catch and shoot field goals last game. I just think you don't have Kawhi to give the ball to in mid-range pull-ups. It's essentially, you're relying on Zubac, I guess, if you think Zubac's going to have a better game. But Mavs have been pretty good with protecting the paint. So under points and assists, it's like 28.5, I would assume.
27.5 right here. There's a 28.5 hanging on DraftKings. Yeah, there's more 28.5s than 27 actually. FanDuel kind of juiced that down or bumped it down. So that's the only one there with 28.5. But I like the look of under 27.5. What were you saying about his potential assist last game? Was that
he only had 11 potential assists? Like if there's a massive like splits difference with and without Kawhi. So like if you take, I mean, granted, like it does help a lot that Zubac is in the game, and also too as well. In the second half they like to run a lot of Russell Westbrook. So if Westbrook and him are going to be splitting playmaking duties, that's I don't know if they're gonna cut his minutes or not, but
I mean, I have a similar thought with Harden in general, which is like it's big game with James Harden. Like it's not big game James, it's fadeaway James in the big games. So I would definitely lean under on both of them.
Don't talk shit about my favorite player.
My bad. That's right. Houston Rockets fan, Pips over here. I think that's a good look. Under 28.5 points and assists for him. I mean, I took it for PG also. I really don't think either of these dudes step up. I understand they're going to get some minutes here, but yeah, man. I mean, for Harden with Kawhi on the or without Kawhi on the season, rather. My bad. Should have done without Kawhi. Bro, we're trying to get you some bets, bro. Like Anthony just wants bets, but like I'm not gonna just toss you something that I don't feel good with, fam. So like we got to find something. And like these two games, can I ask you guys real quick because we can call it in a minute. If we don't have anything else, and yeah. By the way, someone was asking if you have NBA was in here asking if you guys have Discord servers. I know you do, PB. He's even jumped in there, so you can probably just like search him pretty easily on Discord, and then you'll see his stuff come up. Did you have one as well, Pips?
Yeah, I'm not the Discord server. I got the Telegram group, but it's not. It was limited to 100 people, so it's late into the season, so not adding anyone anymore. But it'll be probably up next season. So
Gary Harris just got ruled officially.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Game. Cole Anthony line got to 6.5.
Yeah,
I don't see it. Like.
Oh, I saw it. I did see that too.
For points.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's just going to get more minutes without Gary Harris. So this is game 1, 2. So the one that won was
last game. Gary Harris got got hurt in the second half, and he played 5 minutes.
Right.
I
Interesting.
don't see it for him.
Under.
10 minutes tops, and he sucks. So
Yeah, that's a really good point. He's been seeing an average of what, like 12 to 13 minutes. He's got 15, 12. Yeah, so he's at about, like, if we put him to, like, if we cap him at like 12 minutes, there's no way that he's got good numbers.
And on average 3.8 points a game. And Gary Harris out means Gary Harris was just spot up shoot like five field goal out.
Jared Allen is out.
Jared Allen is.
That's not something I expected, honestly.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh no.
So what's that going to mean, fellas? Okay, so now we gotta adjust here.
Yeah. And I'll just remind everybody too that the bottom line is scrolling with the plays that I've put in. So if you want to see that and you don't want to ride with my under Evan Mobley, I can understand that. Golly, man, that was my favorite bet with Jared Allen coming back. First of all, I love the under here for Cole Anthony on the points. By the way, if y'all are interested, if you
the line dropped down because it got removed from the bookies.
Yeah, it just got
taken off. His rate when he's playing less than 14 or less minutes is like 1 out of the 13 games.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so it turned all green because it got taken off. So Paolo's stuff is down too, I imagine.
And Jonathan Isaac is starting. He's starting.
And Jay Isaac is starting.
Starting with Carter. Yeah. Wow. It was
this game's not
that
starting.
Makes sense. That actually, before you said Allen was ruled out, I was thinking Isaac needs to start without Gary Harris. And now we see it, and now I'm more even confident that Cole Anthony won't see big minutes.
Right.
Yeah, because Fultz will play off of him. Yeah, Fultz will be before Cole Anthony.
100%. 100%. So Fultz moves into the starting lineup? Or Jonathan Isaac moves in for...
Isaac's in the starting lineup, and I would assume that Fultz probably has to play some minutes.
Bench will be
Yeah.
Moritz Wagner, 12 minutes. Markel Fultz, 12 minutes. Cole Anthony, 10 minutes. And Joe Ingles, like 8 minutes.
And then all other minutes go to the starters.
Yeah.
What Well, we need these books to give us lines. Do they know that we're doing a live stream right now? Maybe. We kind of need that.
Yeah, we can. This is what it's all about.
I know. This is where we shine, though, right? We found some really good value when we were doing this on the last day of the season, and stuff was coming out like this. So, okay. So Wendell. So let's just run through it real quick. Anything change for Suggs? Like for you guys, I still think
better spacing for Suggs.
Better spacing for Suggs. What I'm wondering is, are they going to bring this up? Like, if they put this at 15.5 for Suggs or whatever, then like, is that an under?
No, it will be 13.5. They won't change it.
Okay.
Yeah, they won't change it. Suggs will be 13.
Yep. So it looks like Wendell Carter is starting to get lines up. I'm gonna just have to like be right on the plays themselves. And BetMGM's been really fast lately. So is FanDuel. So I should bring them up too. But yeah, I mean now
maybe Carter Jr. under rebounds if he's having to now compete with Isaac to grab rebounds, or if Mitchell's going to try to switch on to him and draw him away from the paint. I don't know.
Yeah. Mitchell would rather have Mobley on him than Isaac, I would imagine, right?
Mitchell likes Paolo when he's on him and switches. He tries to switch on to Paolo, right, Pips?
Yeah. Calling Mobley in the action always.
Damn, yeah, we still don't have nothing up.
I would say just looking at matchups. So, yeah, it's difficult. So, Isaac will be on Mitchell and Suggs will be on Garland. So this is an under game. Like how the Cavs score here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. If the total probably hasn't moved, I would imagine.
We have no props, 35 minutes, nothing on DraftKings right now.
It will be like up to probably 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, we are. Yeah.
Oh, you want something interesting too as well? This is something interesting. Court IQ.
Yeah.
If you take out Jared Allen in the playoffs, you know how I said Mobley is affected with his threes is the second most, but the most who's affected by his three-pointers is actually Donovan Mitchell. He gets tougher three-pointer looks because I'm assuming that Jared Allen can't help with the screening. to free him up on pull-ups.
So you're saying Mitchell threes suffer when Allen is out?
Yeah. What were you about to say, Pips?
I was going to say with more space, I'll probably like Garland over 15 and a half points.
Like that as well. Yeah.
Damn. Drew Billion says, I don't know if you guys are, if it's you guys, but the lines are shifting and being taken out. It's the injury news and probably us, but also mostly the injury news that's coming out. That's doing all that. Yeah. I was thinking about a threes made leader in that game for a minute. Paolo is interesting at plus 500. I mean, if he takes like 8 or 9 of them, it's possible. Donovan Mitchell, I wouldn't touch it. Not that good of juice. And so that kind of makes sense that like somebody else would be that. And I kind of like the idea of what you're saying there, Pips, or PB. So you were talking about on Roto Grinders, you were looking at what happens when you've got
Allen out. Just going like filter to playoffs.
Okay, let me go to the Cavs real quick and go to playoffs. I love this tool, dude. I literally learned about this yesterday from Prabam, and it's fire as hell. And it's just a little bit faster. Like you can do this stuff on like NBA Advanced Stats, but it's so much freaking faster. So I'm on Advanced right now. I'll go to Standard, and I'm gonna do on court, Donnie and like Darius and Evan Mobley, and then I'm gonna do off court Jared Allen, right?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
And now I got to put it on 3-pointers.
Well, you could see if you go down on different differential standard stats, if you keep scrolling down,
Gotcha.
You can see who gets affected the most, like by 3-pointer attempts.
Wow, that's fire.
Let's see.
Moore is starting for Cleveland.
I like that. Makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
So that means a lot of spacing.
Yeah. So his 3-point attempts go down without Jared Allen on the floor. That's really interesting by 2. That's huge. And that's per 36. So it's probably about 1 to 2. Yeah. On average. And actually he's going to be playing 36. So he's going to be playing 40. So it might be even more than just the 2 shots that he's getting fewer from 3. So that's a good look to avoid Donnie, points and assists and threes. I still like Donnie under points and assists a ton. I'm really glad I took that at 30.5. I guess it could go up if the thinking is publicly that like it's going to, he's going to go down, but yeah, I'm good on that. There was a look here for, forget what it was. I was trying to see what was in the chat real quick. Yeah, there's no props up, but go ahead, Pips.
Last game we had 9 minutes of Tristan Thompson playing backup 5 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's insane.
Who was playing 5?
Tristan Thompson.
Oh no, he was in the game. Oh, that's right.
9 minutes.
Oh my
god. 5. What the fuck?
Yeah. What do you do?
I don't know what that means for this game. Like they should play him up at 48 minutes, like 45 at least. Like, go like tips, like just
go where?
Okay, so the lines are back. The lines are back.
Oh my god, I'm taking that. -1. It's only -142 to hit go less than 1-3, and you didn't even attempt a single one.
Who? Mobley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good play.
That should be -170. I'm taking that.
Yeah, he's up to 15.5. Yeah, I lost value for sure on all the Mobley stuff. That's for damn sure.
I'm gonna swallow some juice here. Just take it.
-142.
Yeah, I mean, like he's not gonna attempt.
Really good look.
He'll attempt maybe one. They already have the spacing, right? Like what?
Yeah. I'm putting that on. I'm taking that with you. I love the Evan Mobley threes under look with.
Unfortunately, Garland opened at 17.5. I'm not fucking touching it. I like it at 15.5. Yeah, but 17 is just nuts.
Damn, I'm giving you that too, PB.
Jonathan Isaac 7.5. So he's starting. He's playing 30 minutes and he's 7.5. So I don't know.
I like that. Do you like that or no?
I like that. That's not a good line. That should be higher.
Yeah, that's good.
Unless he's starting and playing 20 minutes, which I don't see without Gary Harris.
All right, for everybody that's trying to follow along, I am throwing up the bets that we're putting down here on the bottom line. I know there's some stuff that's already been up for a while, but there's also now added a couple of things. I love the look from PB on the under Evan Mobley threes. For him not to make a 3. He didn't even take a 3 in the last 2, and he didn't take one in this last game, especially without Jared Allen in there. So that's another trend that definitely continues to jump in, which is awesome. Levert points. That's a thought from G-Bag.
Yeah, he may have. Yeah.
So Jonathan Isaac now opens at 10.5 at MGM, and FanDuel had 7.5 minutes ago, which is they don't know what they are doing. Like,
bro, they're scrambling like we are.
Yeah.
They have more to look at. Okay, so I got Jonathan Isaac up right now, and
So,
it's
just for everyone, just a second. I need to call this out. This is insane. For everyone that likes middle stuff, Jonathan Isaac is plus 110 at FanDuel for over 8.5, and it's 195 under 11. It's 11.5 on MGM. So you can bet over on FanDuel and under on MGM and hope for the middle to cash both.
Wow. That's a really nice middle.
Oh, so yeah. And look at now. It moved. Like I said it like 30 seconds ago. 10.5.
Who's in the chat snitching right now?
What do you mean? I mean, of course it's going to move. It was.
I know.
Over the course of like 45 seconds, it went from 7.5 to 10.5 for Jonathan Isaac on FanDuel.
Damn. Yeah.
That was like if you're getting plus money over 8.5 and even money under 11.5, that's like gold mine.
The gold mine. That is a really
ARB,
good point.
Right? Isn't that like ARB? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's basically ARBing. Because you can't lose at that point, and you're getting even like usually when you ARB, you end up taking like minus 200 or whatever is like what it comes out to. Like it's like 7 cents.
I don't know, like upfront, like in my head, but that's like 50% spot ROI for sure.
Exactly.
Like long term.
I'm being honest though, like it was 6.5. Now it's 11.5 for Isaac. Do you think that's a little too high?
Yeah.
11.5 feels like it's a little too high.
Yeah, you can get that on MGM, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's playing more than 30 minutes because he's not ready to play more than 30 minutes. We saw it. Like,
yeah, MGM has 11.5.
It is in Orlando, so maybe you have like the shots fall in with the crowd. I don't know. Oh, Cole Anthony.
So the most he played, he started game 1 and played 28 minutes.
Yeah,
that's probably the like maybe 30 tonight is like the most he can be on the floor.
Right. Yeah, not much changes. And I mean, it's interesting to me that he's starting in this position for Jonathan Isaac. Like, I guess Gary Harris is the tool there. Shout you out real quick, Pips. Like, this is all like, look how fast this stuff is pulling through. That's so fire. Like, as soon as it's up on the book, it pulls through here. That's pretty.
Yeah,
dope.
we have 60 seconds refresh.
Ready. That's dope. So the play here for points is actually a little bit more to the under on 11.5. 10.5 is probably a little bit more accurate. The amount of shots he's taken.
Also, 7.5 rebounds. What?
Oh,
as a starter, like he's starting next to Wendell Carter.
Oh my God! What?
You like over on that?
I like the under. No,
yeah,
under. He's not looking to grab rebounds. He's looking to defend guards.
Yeah. No, it's for sure juiced.
And also 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists is high for me.
Do PR, no?
PR is 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists 19.5. So you get 2 more for additional assists.
Oh, that's all.
Is 0. Yeah, well off. So I can maybe do him under on points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah, I think that should be a good bet. If you filter out only games with 20 or more minutes, he's still heavy under.
That's what I was trying to figure out was how I should filter these minutes, and I can only max 29 for him.
20 plus to get some like. Yeah, that's
20 to 29 minutes, and he's still at a 21% hit rate. Like, who would project him for more than 30 minutes? Even in a blowout.
That would be a season high. I don't see it. Right. You can also get in foul trouble with those big minutes.
Yeah, this is a wonderful under.
Yeah,
this is a wonderful under at 19.5, minus 118.
19.5 PRA. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you really got to add the assist. That's off because the points and rebounds is at 17.5, and the assist prop is at 0.5.
Yeah.
Normally he gets his points from tip-ins sometimes, right? Like in game 1, he had 2 tip-ins, so that's like 6 PRA. But is he going to be able to do tip-ins if you have Wendell Carter there? So like for spacing?
Yeah, they both have flexed out. I'm taking the under on Jonathan Isaac PRA for sure. Like I don't see the minutes as plausible for him, and I think that's gone up way too far. I love that bet now. Jay Isaac. Actually, that's my initials too. Taking under 19.5 PRA. I'm putting that on the bottom line for y'all as well.
Yeah.
I could type with.
Let me just see.
I really do think that's a play. 19, and like this is kind of like live betting, honestly, man. Like we're all doing this at the same time as the books. Like so, if you get some quick math to tell you something.
Low, man. Yeah, let's see what the rebounds is. Is it for Isaac?
I wanted to bring up.
Oh, they just got Marcus Morris. By the way, I kind of like Marcus Morris senior props.
No, are they up?
He had, well, granted, he only took 9 shots, but
what year is it that we're looking at? This is crazy. Is he up on like any of the books directly yet?
I see Props Madness is pulling up. It's kind of a little high, 7.5. He had 12.
Oh, there's Mook. Yeah. Also, his nickname's Mook, so I'm heretofore it's Mook. 7.5 points for Mook, and he had 12 last game taken. Yeah, like you said, 9 shots. And that wasn't even a blowout.
To really defend, really put a lot of pressure on Donovan Mitchell. Mobley, yeah.
You think Mook is an over or an under if you play him?
I would go the over on him. I think he's like a role player that it's tough though because it's a
shoot.
Yeah.
He'll shoot though. He'll shoot. And I don't know how to cap his minutes, to be honest. That's kind of
he's ahead of Niang now on the rotation.
Right.
He's essentially replaced him.
Okay, so the 25 minutes is probably reliable if you
he plays 20 minutes, right? What do you think, Pips?
Yeah, I'm just looking into Jonathan Isaac. Last game he played only 12 minutes in the second half, even though there were no Gary Harris. So what we're looking at top 25 maybe tonight. So
oh yeah,
sorry, I'm just looking into it.
Wherever your head's at. I think for Mook, like, do you, I don't know if you can have a projection off the top of your dome like that for Mook Morris as he came to the team like 3 weeks ago or whatever, and is like, try to like make his way onto the team. I mean, I can appreciate if he takes 9 shots that he'll go over that, and if he takes 5 threes. Since we can come back to him real quick. I wanted to come back to Cole. He's still at 5.5, but it's plus money for under 6 points in this game. The most shots he's taken is 7, and then he's got a couple with 1, and he was missing his open shots. So he just kind of stopped shooting, to be honest. I was considering the under for Cole. That still felt like a pretty good play. But you'd have to I don't know how to project his minutes. I mean, he only played 12 minutes last game, and like you said, 5 in the second half after Gary went down. Yeah, for Cole, that's going to be a little bit quick for me to try to figure out.
Moritz Wagner is now 9.5. What's going on here?
That's high too. What
points?
9.5 points. What did he do to deserve that?
That's odd.
Last game, he only played 5 minutes in the second half.
And that's with that, yeah. Moritz Wagner.
I guess the thought process is that Jonathan Isaac's not the first dude off the bench anymore. So
True.
So Isaac played how many minutes not starting last game? But that's also distorted by Gary Harris being out in the second half. Because it looks like Isaac
played 5 minutes. So
yeah. And he still only got the 5. And they really, if he doesn't get his stuff in like the second quarter or like the middle of the third, then he's not getting it. It's just done. He's not a fourth quarter player for this team. So yeah. 9.5 points is a ton. Is his rebounds up to 5.5 perhaps? No, it's still 4.5.
So are you making the Isaac one official?
Yeah.
I'm still considering it. Like I'm deciding whether I go the under 7.5 rebounds, just drink the juice, or just do the PRA.
I did the PRA because I think the reasoning for me strictly like the deciding factor was he it's a half of an assist, but you're adding 2 to the PRA prop. You see what I'm saying? Like the points and rebounds is 17.5. The PRA is 19.5, but the assist is 0.5.
Points he's only scoring off of spot up. I mean, that's essentially it, right? Like
yeah.
What's his
Yeah. So, real quick, we'll come back to PG, Anthony, because I know you brought him a couple times. I'm not going to leave you hanging on PG steals.
Yeah, actually, his threes are plus money, and he should score threes.
Talking about
Isaac
again.
Yeah,
Isaac. I like that. That's pretty good. Isaac over 1.5 threes, if you think.
My computer's wigging out. Hold on.
Yeah, last game shot.
I like his under 0.3 rebounds and assists, and only way I can see him scoring is via threes, and that's plus money. So
he took 3 last game. He took 6 the game. 4 for 6 is the only time he went over. No, this is threes rather.
He had 3 overs so far. 3 overs.
Wow, he's actually taking way more threes than I would have ever guessed.
4 for 6. That's how he got his. That's how he got his 14 points, going 4 for 6.
Right.
So you live with that.
That ain't gonna happen. Yeah. But would you guys take an under on his threes or an over?
Or.
Yeah.
I'm betting. I already bet under 0.3 rebounds and assists.
Yeah.
But his threes are interesting.
All right, I'm in on the PRA. I'll take that.
Let's ride, baby.
That's a squad ride right there.
That's a squad ride. I love it. I'm throwing under your guys' name too. I love that. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like the only way this loses is if he hits 3 3-pointers, right?
Yep. Yeah, check out if you haven't given it a look yet, check out the bottom line, y'all, because that is once I get you past all these bets from the top that we already made. Obviously, Gary Harris I can take off. Everything else that we just put up is going to be on there. And just to recap a couple of the quick ones that I threw up while we were all talking, Donovan Mitchell under 30.5 points and assists, Evan Mobley under half a 3 made, Jonathan Isaac under 19.5 PRA. And I put that one for you guys as well. We all like Jonathan Isaac. PB is the one that gave me Evan Mobley, and I just love it. So I'm happy as well.
I'm seeing a lot of people now on Twitter as well.
Are people throwing that one out there now?
Pinnacle. So
go ahead.
19.5 PRA. The under is -160 on Pinnacle right now. That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay.
This is I'm on the wrong one. PRA.
Yes, that's the official. Yeah. So
wow, -166. Yeah. So other places you get 30, 45 cents on that. 50 cents. Whoo! 50 cents between DraftKings and Pinnacle.
Oh, I can't even take it. DraftKings.
Because the lines are just fresh, just pulled up.
Yeah. This is what it's like to be a sharp bettor who's in the midst of doing this as soon as these lines. And Pinnacle is going to be a sharp book too. Honestly, like I trust Pinnacle.
Guys, check out Mobley over 2.5 assists.
Yeah, I like that. You like that?
Yeah, that looks like offline.
You can't even take Isaac anywhere. Wow, it's gone. I can't even make it an official play now.
You didn't get it. Oh, you can't get it on DraftKings.
Can't even get it. Someone must have hammered it.
They're watching the show, bro. Tell me about the Mobley threes real quick, or assists.
I mean, check out without Jaren Allen.
Right. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, Morris isn't passing. Marcus Morris is going to be the spot up guy.
Oh yeah. Marcus Morris has never seen a shot he doesn't like.
I like that. That's a good spot.
Okay, so without Jay Allen on the season. Okay. Yeah, this is wow. Good on Jared Allen for making all those games. That's incredible. I thought he was injured more than that. So he's only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games without him. 5 for 6. Yeah, which says up here.
Yeah, I need to check potential of this last game just to be sure. But I think that could be a good spot to bet.
They're still pretty high for him. If I can just look at it real quick without Jay Allen. The potential
7 potential assists last game without Jared Allen.
Yeah,
that's a good number for
3. Yeah, I'll take 3 dimes on 7 assists for sure.
He had 7 potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Game before was 6. Even a game with him, he's had 11. Oh no, this is regular season. My bad. So this is the only game of the series with him. Obviously, 7 there. Yeah, I mean he's averaging about 6.5. Oops. Yeah, he's averaging about 7 this season without Jared Allen in terms of the potential assists. So that's a really good look right there. Man, I took under on the PRA for him. I kind of just I don't even think I can buy out of it at this point.
Yeah, but with Jared Allen, he had 2.5. potential. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I hate these low lines. It's such a huge variance. Do they miss? Do they go 0 from 3-on-3s, or they go 2 from 3-on-3s? Like,
Right.
I will make it official, but I think it's a good look.
Do you think his assists are coming on those threes? Do you guys use anything specific for that to find information about the type of shot that people are assisting to?
Yep. PPP stats. I'll send you.
DBP.
PPP stats.
Yeah.
Dope. We're gonna be learning here. Isaac at 15.5 now, or 18.5 now. Do you still take it? Yeah, my thing with Isaac was still like, I like the idea of that, those assists being too high for Isaac, to be honest. But Isaac is pulled. Yeah. So
this is like
they're making 18.
live work, working on the spot.
I know. I mean, it's better than us sitting here being like, well, if he does play this, if he doesn't play, it's like, at least we are able to be like, here's what we're thinking. And there's no bad ideas in brainstorming, so nobody's allowed to talk shit, just so you guys know.
So, interesting part, another interesting spot.
Which one?
We have Tristan Thompson up.
Yeah, all right. No, he's gonna. He will have to play though. I will say, if Mobley gets in foul trouble.
Who's gonna have to play? Tristan?
Yeah, were you about to say his under, Pips?
Tristan.
Yeah, I mean, he will play maybe 8 minutes.
That's true.
2.5 boards. I mean, he's in there.
If he's playing under 10 minutes, he's not going over this line, like, at all. So,
like, at all?
Okay, so in the last game, he played 9. He had no boards. I'm on rebounds right now.
Damn, man.
He had 1.
Isaac, I may just have to fucking take that 18.5 for Isaac and just.
You get better juice though.
It's -110, I think.
So he played 3 games in the series. 10 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes. He got 2 rebounds overall in those.
Are you talking Tristan or Jonathan?
Tristan Thompson.
Okay. My bad.
I don't know. I don't touch Tristan. But it's just interesting to get his lines up at all.
It really is.
Yeah.
Jonathan Isaac, man.
I mean, the books are just matching each other at this point as best they can. So if somebody puts something up and it's just like way off market, then they're just going to pull it right away.
I think it's RB bettors or Steam bettors. Like,
yeah.
Okay, like let's say Pineapple and FanDuel are sharp, so they are going.
I'm sorry to interrupt the show, but this is like the president was just shot because LeBron James is apparently retiring.
What?
Per Woj, this is user in Oklahoma. I'm gonna have to look that up. User in Oklahoma, which is a hilarious name. It makes me feel like you're a bot. But like,
Pro Bomb, I don't know if you saw, but A1 Fantasy just shared Evan Mobley under.
Yeah, I saw that.
Still,
A1
did.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
I made it. Yeah, it's definitely a play. Did it get juiced?
Where did you get the LeBron news?
It's DraftKings -142. Oh, crap. I'm just right now thinking if I do the.
So, Evan Mobley under what?
Under 0.53s. That's what we were looking at.
Oh, I took his rebounds and assists under. That's a completely fucked bet.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah, but we all thought that Allen would play, so it's not your fault.
I know. I got to pull that back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy out of it, though, because he's at 11.5 boards now. I can't get it back.
Okay, so would you still take the 18.5 for Isaac?
Cash out unavailable. I guarantee it. Fucking crooked books. Crooked ass books.
Cash out unavailable.
Yeah. Let's take 5 seconds and talk about Jaren Allen being soft.
So I can't call that. I can call other guys that, but that is really annoying. I mean, I don't know. I've hurt my ribs before. It kind of sucks. You can't even breathe. Plus, anybody that can have like 4 2020 games in his career.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I think he was soft last season in the playoffs.
That's a guarantee. He got run around.
Now, this season he looked better, and then he's out 2 games with some ribs issue. Like,
That's the story of his career. Whenever he
Yeah.
gets it going, then he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I still can't believe the Nets gave him away. Is there anything you guys want to keep on this game for a minute? And I mean, if you have to go in a sec too, it's all good. This game's
No, I'm good to go. Yeah, I'm chilling.
A 7:30 start or
yeah, I can hang on.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I want to find a few more things if we can, and I mean, this helps me a ton.
I'm doing so yeah. I'm in on Isaac officially. I'm gonna even do it at 18.5.
All right, I'm putting something in the chat real quick in the Discord.
Oh, did the game start?
So last game I bet Russell Westbrook over 3.5 rebounds. It won easily, but this game I don't even know. Like Ty Lue will surprise us all probably with some crazy Tice and PJ Tucker and Bones Highland minutes tonight. So yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get on this game for sure. Yeah, we could talk about this game now.
Which one? You want to move to the
Magic or the Cavs Clippers? We can get back on that one.
Mavs Clippers. Yeah, I did that 10 times today. Yeah, that's cool. We can get back on that. I mean, just one more time, updated bets. Cole Anthony points is at 5.5. I think we were looking at under 6.5 just to finish that point. Yeah. A couple people brought it up. That's the only other one I wanted to bring up real quick. Looks like you can get 6.5 minus 130. I still think that's better, and that's on FanDuel. Because if you think basically he needs to make more than 3 shots or a 3 in there. And if you look at him in the last 5 for Cole, we're looking at 7 shots in the first game, and then he stopped shooting because he was terrible. Had some confidence in game 3, and then right back down to 4 shots in the last 2 games. So in all but that game, he's at 7, 4, 4. So that's 8, 12, right? 19
I mean,
shots.
I think this one is easy. Just when he's playing 15 or less minutes, he is nowhere near cashing on this line.
Yeah.
That's my approach for this one.
No, I agree. But
I'm not getting more than 15 minutes.
And if he's getting 15 minutes,
yeah.
If Cole Anthony's getting 15 minutes and you put him at 4.5, 5 shots.
I also think this too as well is, and I've watched it too because I've been on him, so I've tracked his playing. But when he's in the game, Okoro is the guy that's defending him because he's going to be coming off the bench, right? So like that kind of minutes overlap together. So he's going to be defending him, I'd assume. Well, actually, that's not.
Yeah, and Okoro is third best defensive player.
Yeah, he'll be defending him. But the thing is that was like game 1, game 2 when, Paolo and all those guys are playing like at most 38 minutes. Tonight they're playing at most like 41 minutes.
At the least, almost. Like Paolo's for sure getting 40.
At least.
Yeah, Paolo's getting 40. Franz is probably getting 40. Paolo's probably getting closer to 44. So it's fair to put his minutes at 15. And in the 15, I put him at 4 attempts, which I don't want to have to bet on him to go 4 of 4 or hit 2 threes and a shot in there. I don't even care if I would put him under 3 of 4, to be honest. With that matchup and everything, yeah, I think.
Oh, it's 6.5 now. Look, 6.5.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I even brought it back up is because someone asked about it for another time, and I was like, I'm not going under 5.5. But when I look back at it on the wonderful props madness, man, yeah. And I'll put this down to I'll give him 17. I think that's what he peaked at in this series. And if you do that, it's a lot more under there. 6 of 24 in his last 30.
17 is a lot. Like, I mean, I know what you're doing. Like,
I'm over.
Safe.
Yeah. So if I even go, if I take it down 2 minutes, lose a couple. Yeah. 2 of 15. I think that's a really good look. Like, he's gonna have to go unconscious in a game that I haven't seen him do that yet. Cole Anthony's a bet. Appreciate you guys being persistent about it because we got that. A lot of people asked about that a ton, so I wanted to get that.
Cole Anthony, did you make that? Okay, so
I'm putting Cole Anthony in there.
I still think that is a good bet though. The Mitchell under PA, even with all the adjustments.
Yeah. I'm not backing off of that one. I wasn't gonna back off that one anyway. What did I keep fucking up? Hold on. Cole Anthony.
It's actually 31.5 now, so it's a little bit higher, which we expected. Also, I think that Garland probably has the best matchup here, so maybe his over.
I was thinking that already. My thinking with Gary Harris being out was like the pressure releases to Garland, but he's just a running joke right now on the internet, and it's kind of scared me.
Right. What is it? 16.5? That's pretty low for him, no? Didn't he just score 25 last game?
I was ready to go over his play, but where are you at with that, Pips?
Yeah, I spoke earlier that I like him over 15.5.
Okay.
It's still up there at Bet Rivers, but most of the live books have 17.5. So I don't know. I like his spot with Morris starting. They said on the conference and interviews, Mitchell was asking him, shoot the fucking ball, shoot the fucking ball more. He had series high 16 in the last game. So I think he shot the ball. That's it.
Right.
Like if he's shooting, okay. If we can set his shooting from like 13 to 19 field goal attempts, and you'll see that it's
insane because he was shooting an average of like 11, right?
Yeah.
Basically, so he was at like 11 field goals.
They said like if we go out, we go out with Garland firing
100%. So that's all I need to know is, do you think he's going to take freaking shots tonight? Because this is 5 to 11 field goals on the season, and he's been averaging 11 in this series. But if I put this up to make it like max 24 and the minimum like 15, he even takes one less than last game. I mean, it's just insane how much the hit rate changes.
I will use like 13 to 19, 3 less than 3 above 16. I think that's the best, like the safest. I think that's the safest look.
It's the same.
It still looks great.
Still good hit rate, not 80% like I was looking at. You're right, but still a pretty good hit rate here. So, and I
want to the line as well, 3 to 4 field free throws.
Yeah.
So he will need to shot very terrible. He will need to shot like 5 from 6-15.
Yeah.
Do not cover this line with.
It's really been the 3-point defense. Yeah, it's been the 3-point defense for this Magic team. That's like even everything about this series, because everybody's shooting like crap from deep for the Cavs. And I want to say there's some positive regression coming here for these dudes, but it's hard to tell 100%. So,
you like Joe Ingles under 0.5 threes? Like, how many minutes is he?
I mean, this game's already started. Like,
Oh, I thought it was a 4:30 start. I messed. Okay, that's why people dipped out too. It's a 4.
This is starting like in like 2 minutes.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna roll because I got to get some stuff in too for the Mavs and the Clips. Did you guys have any other last things for that game? I think we're pretty good to go.
Yeah, with this game.
I
okay.
I actually dislike the games today, but it's cool to go through the spots.
Yeah.
Live. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
On the next game, or are we ending this?
Yeah, I got to roll so I can get some bets in for the. Well, let's take one more quick look because there was a couple things we didn't look at. I mean, if you got to go, Pips, it's all good. But either way, I want to. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep you around then. I did want to do one more bit of due diligence on that because we left some people hanging. I got nothing for threes. I know Paul George threes has been talked about a couple times. I'm sorry. Steals. I got nothing for that. I'm still under on all his stuff. I love under 24.5 points. So I'm still staying with all that. But any guys that you wanted to look at once more between y'all two?
We said we like Paul George rebounds over 5.
Yeah, I might probably take that as well.
Yeah.
What is that at -130? Like, I think that's
only on FanDuel. So, but I think most of people have FanDuel. Like, I think whenever I do some polls, always number one bookie voted.
Yeah. It's the most used book, I think. It's fair to
so most people should be able to get this one.
Yeah. NBA, just to answer your question, I love the under on the rebounds for Zoo a little bit more than anything else for him. If you're going to take points, like, it's probably better to take a first quarter or first half points. They just do not go back to him after the first half ends. I don't know if that's a Ty Lue directive, but it's certainly a James Harden. Yeah. It's really what it comes down to. He just doesn't take the same shots. He did it once this series where he had some. As far as also NBA talking about the Beard points, that was an under lean for myself and for PB, and maybe even adding the assist there. But I just to start and end the conversation for a minute, like, I ain't taking anything over for James Harden or Paul George in a big game in the playoffs. Like, I just ain't doing it. So if I bet on either of them, it's under, and I already got the Paul George under. So, which I love.
What do you think steps up, though? Here's the thing. And I actually have an additional type lean, too. What if we did Mavs to win by 11 plus points? I mean, if both these
You're
guys
taking an alt line on their spread.
I mean, if both these guys are getting shut down, it's in Dallas. How are they going to score points?
They're not, like they didn't last game.
Yeah,
what I would assume. I mean, I would agree. I would also bring up that the Mavs have a lot of positive regression from their 3-point shooting after last game, and they still won by a bajillion points and went over, right? What was it? Yeah, 14 of 39. Like them hitting like 17 of 39 is super realistic. Still well under 50%. So I think that's a pretty good look. Yeah, I would bet the Mavs for sure. Minus 7.5 now, right?
Yeah, I would like that. So I guess that would be like my spread pick, Mavs minus 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's a good look as well. Yeah, I think that's a good play. I really honestly, I don't really have anything else for this. I do need to jump back in the Discord. So I think I'm gonna end it here for us.
All right.
And get a couple things out to people. So
Okay.
But much appreciated, y'all. We got through some good stuff. I would not have been able to do this without some help. So much appreciated. Definitely check these dudes both out on Twitter and everything. It's all under there at PropBomb, at Pips NBA. And obviously, thanks to Props Madness and Pip for coming up with that, because we had a fire tool to just kind of keep us going here moving forward. But yeah, safe betting for tonight, everybody. Obviously, be responsible. I'll be in the Discord in a minute. If y'all need anything, I'm going to put a couple more plays in there so you guys have it. And until we all see you next, happy betting.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
No doubt, man.